Hi, everybody. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. So, Kay Dixon here. How are you? Ambassador Diamond with It Works Global. I am so pumped that you guys have joined us on. Hold on one second. He's on the phone. I'm just so pumped that you guys have joined us today. And we are so privileged, of course, to have Mom on with us. And this is such a huge treat. And I want to say Happy New Year to all of you. I know that we are geared up, fired up, pumped up, excited about conference. We are 2 weeks away. Mom, can you believe it? 2 weeks away.
No, and I don't think we can believe it either over on our end. Huge Zoom today. So, but we're ready. I mean, we're going to be there. It's going to happen.
Well, I loved I absolutely loved I called you earlier. You said, oh my gosh, y'all are going to love the layout. I mean, it's chock full of information.
Yeah.
It's
all right here. It's all right here.
Are the promotions there too on that list?
Let's see. Let me look through here. No, not this year. Sorry.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we're honored to have you. I know we've got some really special treats for everybody tonight. I know we're going to end this Zoom. I've prepped them with a little, a little comp plan training, like a little insider, Pam Sowder insider into the comp plan and really how to maximize it. So we're honored to have that. But let's get started. You guys have submitted a few questions, and we're going to answer them today. And let's start with the first one. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Do you recommend building your team yourself? So if you're signing DTs and LCs, is it okay to keep building the chart even though your team may not be pulling their weight?
Well, this is kind of a loaded question. This is all right. So let me kind of start. We'll talk about it from a lot of different perspectives here. Let's say that you get somebody like myself, somebody a very type A personality, doesn't like to ask people for help, would just go get it done, whatever it takes, I'm going to get it done. Type of personality. And so let's look back at my first career in the industry, which was with a company with a very similar compensation plan. I wouldn't say it's identical. We took the things away from it we didn't like and added new things that we did that we wanted to improve it on, and that's how we built our comp plan. But in the beginning, I think the vast majority of us, just like myself, we want it so bad, Kay. We want to get to this next level and this next promotion that we're really willing to do anything and everything. And so we put people in very, very quickly. If we're good at sponsoring. Some of us it takes longer than others. I always tell my story. It took me 6 months to get started, but once I started, I was on fire and you couldn't stop me. And I became really good as the years progressed at sponsoring. So I could build out a chart. I could get to that next position, but here's the unfortunate side to that. I could get there so fast with just putting a bunch of people in place, but when I got there and looked back, there was nobody there. They hadn't been trained. It's like owning a business, and you've got shipping in the business, you've got customer service, and you've got bookkeeping, just all aspects of the business, and you're trying to do it all yourself. It's really no difference. If you're trying to spin all those plates yourself, you're going to start breaking plates. And that's what happens with a lot of people is they just, you can't keep up that kind of mojo. It just wears you out, and you end up looking back and you don't have a team because you put them in there so fast. You didn't take the time to teach them how to build a business, what it meant to go get 4 loyals, what it meant to them to get them. Now we got the shopping spree through the end of the year. Take the time to look and see who shows interest. And I think this is the key. Not everybody you bring in, and okay, I know this never happens to you, but not everybody you bring in wants to go to work. We can't even find them sometimes within the next hour. I mean, we just had this with somebody that you brought in, and we can't find her now. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
was she ever really there? And so, you know, that stuff happens. And in the beginning, we were just like, it baffled me because I never thought people would actually spend money, join something, and not do something with it. I just didn't know people were like that. And it really made me bitter for a while about people. And I thought, wow, they just don't want to work. But I realized, you know what? They just don't want to work. Don't get bitter over it. It is the way it is. And so, Kay, you've built out a chart before. You've experienced building out a chart before, and you've experienced not building out a chart. And so you can answer this question as well as I can, but there are some people that you can really partner with. And you've got some on your team that it is, I'll put one in, you put one in. Let's team this up. Let's work this together. Let's go to this next level. Let's promote. That's team building. I highly recommend it. But if you've got somebody over here just limping along, just saying, where's my next one? Red flag, time to move on.
Yeah, or even if they're aware of that, if you just you're the one just placing there and they don't even know that you are. You know, I have a good perspective. I know, Mom, you listen to Jim Rohn as well, and I do too. And Scott and I are just loving all the tips that we're learning from him. And he says it best. He says, you don't really want to take that class. And you say that too all the time. Like, do you really want to take the class of understanding why some do and some don't? You know, I think I look at it like this from a psychological perspective, psychology perspective, however you want to look at it. The time you spend trying to pull someone along the finish line who obviously clearly doesn't really want it is the time that you could be spending going out and finding that brand new prospect who is your next rock star, but you're missing the boat because you're so focused over here on what's not working that you aren't going out and finding what is. And I think that that's lazy. I think that I mean, can I be honest? I think it's lazy. I think that you aren't doing the work to go out and find these new fun people that really want to work too. And I think that that is so much more empowering. And I think that you should stretch yourselves this year. We all should. We should all stretch ourselves this year to go out and find more fun, more hardworking, more driven, more enjoyable people for all of our businesses, because what fun is that? That's exciting, in my opinion.
Well, it seems like it takes longer, but, and I go back to this, and I'll never change this, get your yellow pad out. Get your yellow pad out, make a list of the attributes of the type of people you want in your business, and make it, fill up the yellow pad. You want driven, successful, inspired, and sometimes for us, it's easy for us to write down what we don't want, and then on the opposite column, put the opposite of that,
right,
so that we can gain awareness, and then be all of those things. Be all of those things on that. Be inspired. Take action. Don't wait for somebody to say yes, to throw you into action. Build the type of business that you want. I used to let my business run me. Now I run my business. And there's a difference there. When I allowed everyone in my organization to run me, and they could run me ragged, and take me down paths I didn't want to go, take me to places I didn't want to be at, times on the phone that I really shouldn't have been. I should have been with the family. And then I stopped it, and I said, this is the type of business that I want. I want a business that I work from this time to this time, and I'm very focused in that intention, just like you're doing your power hours, or they could be power minutes, whatever they are. And I structured my life differently around what I wanted and the type of team that I wanted. And that type of team once I opened up that, they came to me.
Mm.
I wasn't out there trying to grab them and pull them and push them through. They were looking for that type of leadership. So I know a lot of times in the beginning, none of this just makes sense. And we have to do it what we think is the wrong way, which is not. It's called learning. That's how we've learned everything from children all the way up. We learn by doing things we're not supposed to be doing and going, ugh, that didn't feel good. Don't want to create that again. Let's move on. So I want everybody to put their hands up. We learned this. Pat yourselves on the back and say, good job, because no matter how you've done it, you've learned. And now we're going to build a different team for 2018. We're going to build a team of winners, a business that we're proud of, a business that self-sustains, moves forward. We're not going to rebuild because we're always building, and we're going to grow. We're just going to grow. We're putting a lot of these questions, Kay, are going to kind of go along with what we've got for 2018. So let's keep moving forward. I think that's a good answer for that question.
Fantastic. Yeah, I love the ahas in the chat. So good. Ooh, this is going to be good for the comp plan question we have. So we'll come back to this one. It's should the focus be on enrolling DTs and less customers? Because if you enroll DTs who enroll DTs, that would be huge for commission. Great. We're going to get to that.
Yeah, don't forget it.
Let's talk about this. I won't. It's the first one on here. So perfect. What are some good tips for customer retention? I struggle with that. I get the customers and go to keep building and ranking, then they fall off despite my follow-ups. I appreciate whoever asked this question, even acknowledging that. There's so much truth to that. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Hey, we as a company know you guys aren't good at it. I mean, you know, probably the best person in the world at customer service is your father, Kay, Big Daddy.
Mm.
He taught us how to take care of customers.
Can I share that story?
Yeah, I just, you know, I mean, we've watched him for 30 years take care of customers, and they, you know, every once in a while I'll get a random phone call and somebody say they wish he was back in the field because he took such good care of them. But what we're going to do, we aren't going to ask you all to do that anymore. You know, what we want to do as a company is give you the ability to go gather them and let us harvest them for you.
Mm.
You know, we'll have you put them in, earn your shopping spree, add more, and because we want to help you keep them. And so we're going to put the people, places, everything in place to take care of that for you. And you're going to hear about that at conference. And that's so exciting because this is something that Mark had on the leadership Zoom. He's talked about it for many years, and now he's just like adamant about getting that functionality available for all of you. So I'm very stoked because we know that people put people in and then they leave, and there's those customers that could still be purchasing from us.
Yeah.
And because I mean, they don't know about keto coffee. Look at that result that I just put on my wall tonight on coffee. I mean, I feel the same way. It's totally changed the look of my stomach. Keto coffee. Who would have thought after all these years? So I'm in love with the product. All of our products, we use all of them, everything in the entire line. And we want people to be able to take advantage of that too. So we're going to get really good at that for you. In the meantime, just be aware. These are your customers. You know, I think a lot of times we don't follow up because we're afraid they're going to say something's wrong. So in the back of our mind, we don't follow up with them in fear that they're going to want to cancel or the order was wrong. Don't assume that. Assume that everything is wonderful and that they absolutely love the products and that you can encourage them to use them. One of the biggest reasons they cancel is they say they have too much, which everything's a 30-day supply. So it's telling us one, they don't know how to use it. Two, how many times have we bought things and it's just sitting there because we just don't take the time to learn.
You know, I think we also, there's a couple things that have come to my head as we've been talking. I think we also expect people to communicate with us, like our customers, right? Mm-hmm. So a recent example for me is I sent out a couple of keto coffee samples to one of my loyal customers, and then another was a potential loyal customer. And one sent me a message right away. I got my coffee. I'm so excited. This is what I'm experiencing. And one I had to follow up with. I think that we think they're just going to message us and be excited and tell us what they're, even if they're not loving it, then I think we're expecting that so much. So I think we need to be less afraid to reach out. I think sometimes you're afraid to reach out, and we are as individuals, because we're afraid that they're going to say, I didn't like it, or I don't want to continue. And so sometimes you think, well, if I don't say anything, they'll just keep buying, and there's residual there, but there's no connection made. People are going to continue to buy from us because they know, like, and trust us. And if you build that trust in them and that likeness in them, then they're more likely to not only keep buying from you, but also refer, you to someone else. And you want the referrals. You want to be the rap girl, the rap guy that people think about when they think of It Works. And so you're going to be that by servicing your customers. And I was just putting a plan in place for myself for 2018 for customer retention. And that is, for every single customer that I sign, whether I place them or not, which obviously the majority of them are placed, I'm going to be sending them a note in the mail. It's going to include my card, and it's going to include a thank you. And it's just that personal touch, because I realize we're so digital these days. And so we're so digital, sometimes we don't open our emails. We don't, things pass us by, but getting that card in the mail, I realize is just so special. And so that my customers will all be receiving that in 2018. And like you said today on the phone when we were talking, Mom, you're like, don't look back. Just start now. Don't look back. Just start now. And I love that. And the other thing that I would say is, all of you have some way that you file things. Some of you are digital filers. Some of you are pen and paper. Mom, I would say that you're a pen and paper type of person, very hands-on like that. How do you like your calendar? Do you like your calendar spread out in front of you, or do you like it on your phone? That'll tell you right away if you're digital or not.
Right there.
Yeah. You have a paper calendar. Mine's on my phone and shared with my husband. Like, we're all different. So you have to find some way to start. Don't try to be someone else, okay? Maybe take tips and ideas and whatnot, but you've got to find your way that works for you. I know Laura, she's got a file of all her distributors' enrollments, and even if she took it over the phone.
I think she's probably one of the best you've got, Kay, as
and
far
Jody,
as organization skills. Yeah. I love watching her work. It's so it reminds me so much of that person that's just got it on the ball and just keeps everything. She's got it right there where she needs it. Great example. Maybe just follow her around one day and show everybody how it's done right.
Yeah. And I would say Jody Gravely too, president.
Yeah, Jody's the same. Yeah.
Very service driven for her customers, retains them really well because of that, helps turn them into distributors because of it. So, these are some examples, and would be good for us to have them just maybe provide that information for you on our team page. But again, find your way, but you got to get a system down or nothing's going to change. So you'll be the start of that. And then as It Works unfolds and unveils their system, let them do that too. But don't.
Yeah, because that's not going to happen overnight. It's going to happen, but not overnight. But you'll see it this year.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. So I'm glad we talked about that. Okay. Okay. I have lots of loyal customers who are on the go. They love the greens on the go, and they want to know, will we ever come out with a shake on the go?
Probably not, but I never say never anymore, because we always surprise us. But it's so expensive, like to put it in a pod or a pouch that big, that size. But if we the making food is so expensive, and that's considered a food. But you never know. You just never know. So keep hoping, keep dreaming, put it on your dream board, and you never know.
Mark did say we're getting 3 or 4 new things at conference. So he said that product wise. So
yeah.
I look forward to that as well. Okay. What's the best way to stay connected with your team?
Talk to them. I mean, it's not, it's just like when somebody popped in my brain today and I sent them a message. It happens all the time. And it was perfect because they needed it. And for some reason, they popped in my mind and I sent them a Facebook message and said, hey, just thinking of you today. Let me know if you need to connect. And sure enough, they did. So stay connected. Or perhaps the best thing to do is you should know who your leadership is. And you could put together a day where you contact one every day, just a 15-minute chat on the month, what they expect out of the month. You could have a Monday that you do that every 30 minutes for a period of time that you're contacting your leadership and just a roll call. And, it's no different than what we do at the corporate office. Get together and go around and say, what's everybody got going on? What are their goals for the week? What are their goals for the month? So it could be, if you feel like you need an accountability partner, that's also a good way to partner up with somebody. Buddy system. It doesn't even have to be somebody on your team, but stay connected by reaching out, doing a collective Zoom at the start of every month and saying, okay, everybody, we're here together. But one thing that I noticed a lot that happened in 2017 that I would love to see different in 2018 is every Zoom should be an active Zoom. It should be an action Zoom. We have enough training. We've got enough YouTube videos that we could never watch them all. And I believe that could be stifling because you could watch one, then another, and then you're confused. Oh, I don't really don't know what to do. She does it this way. She does it this way. He does it this way. And when really what we need to do is just do it, just start. I've had the flu this week and haven't felt good at all. And so I watched a couple movies and some goofy ones. Gosh, there's some bad stuff out there. But you always learn one line, from a movie. You always learn one line. And so this was just an old movie, and this guy was so goofy at dating, and he was so bad at it. But he really liked this girl, and he had nothing going on, absolutely nothing going on in his life, but he was a good little artist. And so he wanted to go on the road with this rock band. And she just looked at him, and she said, well, do it. Just like that. And it's like you could see his mind going, whoa, yeah, like that, So the next day he walks up and asks if he could go on the road with him and just do sound. And then he travels all over the road. And then they start listening to self-help books on the bus. And he learns about romance and how to romance this girl, and he ends up getting this girl at the end of the movie. But the thing is just do it. Just her saying do it got him to just take a step and do something. And I believe a lot of us just get stalled out and we just don't take the necessary steps to do what we should be doing. And I believe that Zooms sometimes it makes us feel like we're working when we're just like moving the same papers around, moving the same thoughts around, maybe making a new quote. Well, we've been quoted enough, we've been trained enough. So I believe every Zoom, you could come together with your leadership, even if it's a handful of you, and do a power hour with that person that you want to go executive, that person you want to go ruby, that person that wants to go emerald, that'll take you to diamond, and team up like that. And then they could pick their people, and you do that every Monday. You're going to build a power hour team that probably could build out a diamond very quickly. So that's what I would do. I would say, what do I want? What do I want this to accomplish? I want to get to diamond. All right, so who's your emerald? Who's your ruby? And then within that emerald, who's the two rubies? And within the two rubies, who's the executive? Call them out and do power hours together and just get it done.
No, that's so good. I think there are a lot of aha moments right there.
Yes, do it. Work. It's called work. Work, work, work.
Zoom with your charts. That's what I wrote down. Zoom with your charts.
Right down?
I wrote down Zoom with your charts.
Zoom with your chart. Fill it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that.
Sometimes I amaze myself. I'm writing that down. Zoom with your chart.
I love,
Okay.
I posted on our leaders page yesterday. I forget who posted it, but they're just not. They haven't been partiers. They're triple and above, and they haven't been partiers. And they decide.
Rachel Jones. Yeah.
Yeah, Rachel Jones. Thank you so much. I love what she posted. And then
Mm-hmm.
she was challenged by Kim Satterwhite to have a party, and she turned her Zoom into a party and had like 25 some guests on that Zoom instead of just, like you said, doing training after training after training. And Jim Rohn talks about this. I know I quote him all the
Yeah.
time, but I'm learning so much from him. And he says there's a difference between minor things and major things.
Mm-hmm.
The minor things are all the work. Now, there's nothing wrong with the minor things. The minor things are the power hours. The minor things are, scheduling of the phone call. He said, but the major things are actually when you're sitting in front of your prospect. That's the major thing. That's where you've got to be fully present, fully on. You're totally bringing your A game. Your objective is to seal your deal. So the major thing is all the things that lead up are the minor things of you doing all the work. But the major thing, the thing that matters the most, is when you're sitting in front of that prospect. So everything you're doing should be totally zeroed in and focused on sitting in front of that prospect. So, you should really be, all of us, filling our calendars this year with as many opportunity or product appointments as possible, whether they be digitally or in person. That should be.
Well, and here's the beautiful thing. I mean, you got 25 prospects. Let's say five become distributors. You're immediately that next day you set up a party Zoom, and you have them invite. Well, you could fill that chart out in a week if you did, and because then they're going to invite, and so then the next day you could do another one, because not everybody's going to get on it the first day. They might get on it the second day. And then you're just rolling. You are just rolling now. Use technology to your advantage, not to your disadvantage. And the disadvantage is just getting everybody on there just talking about what they're going to do. The advantage is utilizing the technology to build, and that is getting these prospects on there, whether they're potential customers or distributors, and getting right to the point. Don't bore them to death. Don't give them a health seminar. Get in there and quickly and get out quickly, and help your prospects, help close them out with your potentials. That might be even after the Zoom again, with a 3-way call, more text messaging, Facebooking, whatever they need, a personal Zoom. And that's what I would do. Immediately follow up with, what do we need to close this person out, get these 4 LCs going so they can get their shopping spree this week.
So good. That was so good. I'm mindful of the time here. Okay. Also would add to that, I love group chats. I think that group chats are good where you can give each other little tasks. I have, I have a group chat with some of my personally enrolled that aren't all on the same team, but can really help support and build each other up. And I think that adds team unity too. And I love those group chats because we can give tasks to each other every day, hold each other accountable, give each other tips. And it just adds a little intimacy so that we can get to trying to get to the next level and everything, and share videos, and it's just inspiring. So there's another way that you can keep your team connected. I also love group chats on iMessage as well.
Okay.
All right. So hey Pam, I've heard you speak on this a little before, but how would you respond? Okay, so I've read over this question a lot. This is going to be good. My husband not only doesn't support me in my business, but he completely tries to purposely ruin my business. He comments on my posts, interrupts when I listen to Zooms. It's not feasible financially to leave him right now, but I can't build my business with him shooting everything down. What do you suggest?
Well, if you're thinking that, he's already realizing that, so he's scared. He sees you on that Zoom and he probably thinks that's your ticket out. So he's just being self-destructive for himself, mainly for himself. Think about it. He's really it's not just you, it's he's hurting himself too. That's a big question right there. That's much more than just it works. That's a very big personal question. Um, you know, how outside of that, because that's so huge right there, um, I would definitely, obviously, seek some help outside of the family and friends if you can get that. And we know you more than likely need your at works business not only for financial but for the friendships and what we can offer you there too, which a lot of times is more helpful than anything. So stay with your it works family, do what you can to build, but also one of the things too that I've noticed, and this may seem a little strange, but we can talk about it because you asked the question. Sometimes um, we don't realize that we are actually allowing that to happen because we're fearful to even work our business. We're fearful if we can work it, if we know what to do. So we allow obstacles to get in our way. Sometimes I call it arguing for your limitations. And some of your limitations could be that, I remember when I was arguing for mine in the beginning of my first business, I would say, well, my husband's gone all the time. He travels, or I have 2 kids at home too, and they're in everything. So it's really hard for me to do my business. I would just make stuff up. And then we've got moms out there who husbands aren't at all involved, are self-sabotaging too, that have 4 kids. She's working the businesses. I mean, she's moving it and shaking it. And because her why is so strong, it's so focused in and so honed in on that, nothing out here or here is going to take her out of that. So I would just get really focused in on what you want, really get that why really, really strong. And then perhaps it just takes a conversation. And the conversation could be, honey, you do respect me, right? You do care about me. Do you love me? And then wait for those answers and then say, because I'm doing this for us. I'm not doing this just for me. I'm doing this for the family. This is a family business that I'm trying to create for us to take us to the next level in our finances. And just really look them in the eye and get very open and very honest with them. But if he thinks you're doing this to boot him out, he's going to do everything he can to destroy it. So I know you just have to have a very heart-to-heart with yourself first, figure out what you want, and then really get clear with you and get clear with him. And whatever you do, don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Thank you. That's so nice. I
Yeah.
love that. I love all of that. Okay. What advice do you have for someone who is leading by example and leading from the front? Okay, so what advice do you have for someone who is leading by example and leading from the front, and her team does not follow, like enrolling LCs and DTs, going to events, hosting parties, etc.? How do you tell your team that you want/need them to work without them thinking it's all about me and my paycheck?
All right, so anytime you need anything like that, it comes from such a place of desperation and lack. They can sense it, they're not going to do it. It's just like, I need you to take out the trash. Ew, I don't want to do that. But, if so, here's what I would really get clear with whoever did this. More than likely, the current team that you have has gotten you so far. Now it's time to recreate yourself. You are ready to move forward in a big, big way. So this would be for you to strongly make that list of what you want this team to look like. How does this team get up every day? How does this team go about the day? Is your new team having parties? Yes, a lot. Is your new team sponsoring a lot of people? Yes, they are. And start talking over your team differently. Now, it may seem all false in the beginning, and you're looking at this current team and not thinking that at all. But until we move away from that and allow that to move, either come with you or move completely away, you're going to be stuck in this. We're going to have the same question next year, and I don't want that to happen for you. So we're going to recreate your team let's talk about all the things you do want. I want a team that's moving and shaking. I want a team that's having a lot of wrap parties. I want a team that's out front. They're at events. They are sponsoring new distributors, bringing in new customers. Our team is moving quickly. And you get up in that energy. You can even see my energy rising talking about a team like that versus this low energy team that's needy. You're trying to get them to push and pull through. You're done with that. That's old. That was your existing team. And when you start with this fresh new team that in all aspects of your business doesn't even look like they exist yet, but guess what? They'll start right now. It can start right now. Some of that existing team will wake up tomorrow and shoot you a text message and say, hey, I'm ready to go. All guns a-blazing. It's just the weirdest thing. So watch how you're talking over your current team. Really important. Really important. You wouldn't say a lot of things about your current team. You wouldn't want them to hear what you think about them. So that's probably a thing that you should really look at. What do you want your team to be like? Talk about them like that. It's as though we're praying over them, pouring over them, getting them to rise up and move forward. That's what I would do. That's what we do at It Works. We don't talk about people that left. We don't talk about yesterday. We don't talk about last minute. This is where we're going. We're going this way. This way. Whoever's coming with us is coming, and all the new ones are coming in too.
Yeah, I would even say you've never been like that with me. I mean, Mom is my upline,
Yeah.
She's never tried to drag me across the finish line. I mean, she's like, she could.
I've never called Kay and said, Kay, are you motivated today?
Never. Like, I don't get those phone calls.
No. It's like, come on, let's go. Wow.
Here's what she may do. She may ask me what my goals are. She may pick the phone and say, just not even just checking in. It's just, hey, you want to have lunch?
Yeah.
You want to, and then that conversation unfolds, and I get inspired and it clicks. But she's not had to do that because I desire this. I have a why. I'm here because I'm here. I'm wanting and desiring this. And my point in saying that is that's also your team. Again, there's no class for this to understand it. But Mom still goes to the one team, one mission. She still hops on a plane and so it's regardless of whether I show up or not. And that's what I want you guys to realize is it's really like Mom's doing. She's showing up. She's got a big vision and a big why and a big goal for this company. And that's what you have to have. And then the right people fall into place and fall in line and just like they have for the company. And look where we're going. Look what she and Mark have created in the field. It's really special. And I would ask all of you, do you want a piece of that? Because, what part of that piece of that pie do you want? And that's what they've created for us.
I think everybody thinks it's something I was telling a group last week when I was traveling, I said, none of us could tell you how we did it. We just did it.
Yeah.
We just got up every day, and I never woke up dreading the day. Now, they weren't all perfect by any means. There were a lot of no's all along the way. But it was always anticipation. It was always like, I never doubted that we were going to do it. But I would have questioned when. When. Ready. And then when I finally dropped that and just enjoyed that day is when it all clicked. And when I finally stopped asking when's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? And just realized, guess what? When hasn't even happened yet. It still hasn't happened. That's the thing. I mean,
Wow.
it still hasn't happened. And so every day is just a day of adventure and fun and joy. And that's what life is all about. It's not when you arrive. Well, I tell you what, you've arrived at a certain point in this, and you got there and you looked around, you're like, well, all right, now what? What? All right, that was fine, but I'm all right, I'm here now. Hello, I'm here. I'm Ambassador Diamond. And then you're like, okay, all right, so what do I do now? And a lot of people just get kind of stuck, and that can happen at Ruby. You could get to Ruby and go, I made it, I'm here. Now what? Well, move on. Come on. We're here to create our entire lives. Within 6 years after the vast majority of people retiring, they die. 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're not creating anymore. That's why they stop creating. So we're not here to just start and stop. We are here to go. So our win hasn't happened yet. I'm so excited about that. And it won't. It'll keep going.
Amazing.
All right, Kay, we're going to talk comp plan.
So this question was perfect. It's like,
yeah.
We programmed it that way, but we didn't. All right, so the very first question that was even submitted was, should we be focusing on enrolling DTs and less customers? Because if we enroll DTs who enroll DTs, wouldn't that be huge? It's like, bingo!
Yeah, wow. Okay, so here's another thing too. Everybody is going to be something. That's how I always looked at it. Everybody I talked to, they had a choice, customer or distributor. I didn't give them another choice. They either were going to be a purchasing or a distributor. So really that's not your decision. And so take that off yourself, and because you don't want to force somebody into being a distributor when they really should be a customer. And because they could start out as a great customer and then segue into a distributor and be a phenomenal distributor. So you're focused on both. We mean both to get the wheels turning. We want as many customers as possible in our organization because that's tremendous volume. We want as many distributors in our organization too. And if you had 60 customers purchasing every single month on your front level, you'd have a lot of money coming in. When you think about the not a whole lot, but you would have some coming in consistently every single month. So both. Yeah. Both.
I had some, not only did I have some team with you in Charlotte, but I also had, a chance to kind of hear a trickle effect from the power of that leadership dinner that you guys did. And when you talked about compensation wise, and I asked you to kind of come to this Zoom tonight, prepare, let's share the wealth and share the knowledge. And, what I realize is, you a lot of you come in this business just like I did. I came into this business with a mindset of, I want $500. I was making about $500 a month working retail in college, barely scraping by. What did that pay for? Gas, a little play, nothing really, and a lot of you come in with that mindset, and you get there to $500 a month, or you get to Ruby, and then we got to step it up, our game up and dream a little bit bigger. And, we want to talk about Emerald, and we want to talk about Diamond, and we want to talk about how these positions are so powerful all the way up to Ambassador. And we know our comp plan is built on Rubies and those 5 people. And we know that makes Emerald and Diamond and beyond. And this, I love what you shared with everyone in Charlotte in regards to this, because sometimes I think we complicate it, but there's so much. I want you guys to realize that Mom is responsible for helping build our compensation plan. And there's so much money in this compensation plan that you're not even aware of. like you don't even know, and that's okay, but we're going to educate you and let you see the bigger picture of what's available, and really just let you guys just create a bigger vision for yourselves for this year based on this.
Well, and kind of what got my mind going on this is we brought back in one of the initial consultants that that's helped us build a comp plan. You know, you want, when you're building a comp plan, you want to make sure, for one, it's healthy. You know, you can, every company can pay out so much of a dollar,
Yeah.
a percentage on a dollar, and then the other percentage of those dollars needs to go back into shipping and all the infrastructure that we don't ask you for a dime for, you know, to ship the product out, formulating, to pay our corporate team and all of that, you know, the staff that does everything in the background for you. So we know we've got so much of that dollar that we can pay out to the field. So what's the best way to split that dollar up and to give the best compensation plan possible for that new person, that person in the middle building, which would be like that emerald, diamond, all the way up to that leader and then beyond. And so he came in and he looked at it. He said, Mark, let me tell you, um, I know the companies out there. He said, this by far is still the strongest compensation plan in the industry. It's great for a newbie because they can just build a customer base if they want. They can get paid very quickly on bringing in a couple distributors. So it rewards them very fast with the fast starts. And then he said, then you've got, as they start to build to diamond and above, you've got the cab bonuses or leadership bonuses, the gen bonuses, which most people don't understand. That is something you really should do your homework on. And then we've always added a bonus on top of all of these bonuses. He said that's where it kind of got convoluted, because he said, you know, your compensation plan is so strong in and of itself that people stop focusing on the strength of that residual and instead focused on that temporary bonus, which was that, you know, good bonus. And he said, if they didn't get it, well, they felt defeated. And if they got it and lost it, they felt defeated. And if they got it and got paid on it and then it ran out, they felt defeated. When in reality, that's a bonus. That's like, it's a Christmas bonus, basically. Think about it, it's temporary. But where the meat is in the residual. The meat is, and if you don't want the really strong dips up and down and more like waves, which you'll have in your business, more like waves, then build that interior part of the compensation plan, which is the residual. And so let me play this out for you. I think it'll blow you away. All right, so you can have some fun with me if you want to write some stuff down. So let's just say you're going to build to emerald, just a simple little emerald. You know, we're just not going to think about ruby or anything, but you need 5 legs, right, Kay, to get to emerald? You need 5. Excuse me. Yeah, to get to, yeah, 5.
4.
4. And then a 5th to get to diamond.
Right.
Yes. And so when you have the 4, 2 are ruby, and then 2 are just qualified, right? And then in order to get to diamond, nothing really changes, does it? Other than the ruby goes to emerald.
And then 1 more leg at 400.
And 1 more leg at 400. So let's just say that we're going to put 5 people on board, personally sponsor, okay? And we're not going to talk about customers at all. We're not going to talk about customers at all. We're just going to talk about everybody doing their ADBV auto ship. So let's put 5 times 80 together. And then what do you make off your your team's auto ships, Kay?
Front level? 15%.
15%, right. So what is 80 What is 5 times 80 times 15? It's $60. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So let's say that it's a perfect world and those 5 people go get 5. Okay? So you've got 5 team members that you're just starting, and those 5 go get 5. So on your second level, you have 25 people. Okay? And if you multiply those 25 people times an $80 auto ship times 10%, right? You get 10% on your second level, Kay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, then that's $200. Okay? So 25 people times $80 times 10% is 200. All right, now what if those 25 people did the perfect math? They each got 5, okay? We're duplicating all the way down. So 25 people each get 5. That's 125 people. And they all get on auto ship. And they on your third level, what do you earn residual?
5.
5%. So that's $500, okay? Now, 125 people each go get 5, which is 625 times $80 auto ship. What do you earn on your fourth level?
5.
All right, so that's $2,500.
Mm-hmm.
So you're earning $60 off of your personally sponsored auto ships, personally sponsored people's auto ships. Those 5 people got 5 for 25 people times 80 times 10%. Those 25 on the third level turn into 125 distributors who each do an $80 auto ship times 5%, which is $500. And now the 125 people each get 5. 625 people times 80 times 5% is 2,500. Now, 625 people are all out there working. They're duplicating perfectly. They're going to go get 5. So now on your fifth level, you have 3,125 people times $80. Everybody's doing the same thing. What do you get on your fifth level?
10%. Wait, 15, 5, 5.
5.
And then 2 on Infinity. Yeah.
5%. So that's 12,500 on your fifth level. 12,500 on your fifth level. Now, because you're emerald or above, when you're emerald or above, you get an infinity bonus. Now, some of you who are that, go back and look at your, go in your eSuite later. No matter what level you're at, if you're emerald or above, and go back and look and see. I would almost dare to imagine that your infinity bonus is probably your largest bonus. And it goes 6 levels and deep. So if 3,125 people all duplicated perfectly, on your 6th level, you'd have over 15,000 distributors at $80 auto ship times a mere 2%, which is $25,000.
And this is just, I want to clarify, not clarify, but reiterate, this is just based on people running an ADBV auto shipment.
This is no customers, which we know is
Yes.
they're going to have customers.
I want to really make that clear.
Yeah. This is based only on an ADBV auto ship, just for easy math, just for simplicity. All I'm trying to show here is, one, the world's not going to be perfect. We know that. But what if 10% of this happened? If 10%, all right, so right now we're looking at, if we go through 6 levels, all right, let's just do 5 levels. 5 levels is $15,760. That's monthly. Now, then you add on 25 more thousand on level 6.
So Keisha's, what's that bonus? I've never heard of it. Infinity bonus. How do you get it? So
It's emerald.
So when you go emerald, you pick up a 2% bonus on all your levels below that sixth level and
The
beyond. So
sixth level and beyond.
if you
Yeah.
have if you have, you know, 5,000 volume on your seventh level, you're also going to earn 2% on that volume on that seventh level because it's an infinite level in your emerald status, basically. You're emerald. So go emerald.
Yeah.
Your check will
So
go.
go emerald. Now, here's the beautiful thing. When you go diamond, you get an extra 2%. So see, when you go diamond on that sixth level, that 25,000 just doubled to 50.
So when you guys go diamond, your whatever your entire volume is, that group volume that you have when you go diamond, you earn an extra 2% just in addition to everything else that we've talked about. You earn an extra 2% on all that volume when you go diamond. So it's just it's just a, like mom said, it's just another bonus already within our comp plan, you know,
Yeah.
that is just so can be hundreds if not thousands of dollars for you in addition.
So, you know what, this is what I love about this is just, again, it's going back and understanding compensation plan and understanding residual income. And this is what really jazzed me about this industry when I saw it in 1994 is just, I understood this. This is really what I understood is if I got a few who got a few who got a few and everybody ordered, that's why it's important to take care of our customers and important to take care of our distributors. And if you've got distributors on your team that aren't working, ask them if they want to be a customer. If they fell in love with the product, something they fell in love with. If they haven't tried the coffee yet, go back and try to get that. That's volume that's missing that can help build this up to where you're making this tremendous. And then, if you go down, I mean, we could take this down through infinity because it's an infinity bonus. I mean, you get down to level 7 and you do the math on this on a 2% and you're at 125 extra $1,000 just on level 7. So this is why I love math. This is why I love a compensation plan. And this is when you get a leadership bonus such as the $80 that $80 cab bonus that you get.
Why don't you go over that because there's probably a lot of people on here that haven't heard that before.
Yeah. All right. So now you promote to diamond. You can build this 5. You can add 5 new team members every single day. You're not limited to the 5 I just talked about. You can build this as wide as you want. And you get to diamond and you add a new person into your organization who goes and gets 5, then you're going to add an additional $80 per person on a monthly check. So that's 5 times 80. And if those 5 go get 5, which is 25, then you multiply that, you're going to get times $80 per person. And this goes on through infinity. So that is a leadership bonus. So that is an addition. That doesn't go away. That continues to build throughout your career with that works as long as you remain diamond or above. So, I think what I would suggest that all of you do is you're not dreaming big enough in the comp plan, for one thing. You're not dreaming big enough in the comp plan. Read the comp plan. It's in your e-suite. You won't understand it in the beginning, but you're smart and you'll eventually get it. You'll eventually get it. And if you really want to jazz and turn your husbands on, get them to read it. Because for some reason, math clicks with them, and get them to read it and they'll start to go, what? And they'll see so much money in this comp plan. And we're going to come in at conference and what's going on here?
I don't know. I'm trying to, someone's screen sharing.
Did I hit that?
No. How do I stop this? You are viewing It Works screen. How do I, okay. who's,
I don't know. Did I?
no, that's not you, Mom.
Oh,
Does anybody know how I make this?
you got some real squigglies in there, Kay.
I know, uh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have
Who is It Works?
can you, they probably didn't,
Split stop sharing.
how do you click it? Does someone know? Click stop sharing, whoever's the host.
Somebody's doing it. Maybe you, Kay?
Yeah, no, Mom, that's not me.
Oh,
I'm
oh.
trying to understand how to turn it off. This will stop others. Yes, okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wait, I don't want to share my screen. Okay, I just want to stop the person. Yeah, I think they have to click it. Okay, let me just find the It Works person that's called It Works on here. Remove. There we go.
Okay.
Let's see if that worked. I'm trying.
You can remove them and they'll come back in.
That's what I keep hitting. I keep removing them. Can you remove yourself? That would be the most helpful. Whoever is under the name It Works.
Who is that?
Man, this is weird. I've never had this. Okay. Hang on, you guys. I keep trying to remove them. I keep hitting it over and over and over again. Okay, here, I'm going to share my screen.
Okay.
And then hopefully, I'm just going to show you this example. Okay. Can you see this little image that I have up here? Stop.
All I see is this squiggly, two little.
Hang on.
Maybe it's time to call it a night.
Yeah, hang on. Hold on. 1 second. Did that work? No. Here, let me just do, did that work? What can you see now?
Mm-mm.
Can you just see me?
Well, let me go back to here. Yeah, I just see you.
You see me now?
Yeah.
You can see just me?
Yeah.
Great. And you can see yourself now because you're talking?
Let's see. Exit full screen. Now I'm good. Well, I still see there's still something.
You guys can just see me now, right?
Up there. Okay, I think It Works is gone now.
Okay. Gone. Yay.
Okay.
All right, we'll finish this up then. Yay. Hi, guys. That was quick and easy, I guess. I think we'll call Zoom and say, this has to stop. This can't happen again. We'll talk.
Yeah.
I'll have Scott call them tomorrow. I don't even know where we were. Bottom line is, what I'm seeing is, you guys, your aha moments are, oh my gosh, we're not maximizing the comp plan. We're not even thinking about it enough. And I think this year needs to be about enrollments and the focus on, we're talking about CAB bonuses. Diamond is what she was about to explain.
Well, I did. I explained the 80, but you know what? I really just think we should just, when all of this will make even more sense when we come out of conference. And I would really like everybody to go back and look at the comp plan and really understand the residual side.
Mm-hmm.
And because when you're talking, obviously though, when you're talking to somebody new, we've got to come to them where they're at in the beginning, which is typically between $300 and $500. If we start talking like $25,000 a month, forget it. You've lost them before the race has even started. It's just too big. You know, they've never made that kind of money before. Nobody that they know has ever made that kind of money. And residual money, it's not an overnight money. That's why you all love the bonuses so much, because they seem to come quicker, but they also dissipate quicker. The residual is a slower build, but it lasts. It is that beach money that you're after, and that's what we all really, really want that beach money. So go in and read your comp plan. Come to conference. You're going to love everything that we've got coming your way. From the moment we kick it off, the rally is going to be so much fun. We're going to start that at 6 o'clock, and then we're going to get right into it. I mean, geez, right into it that night. Some really cool stuff. Friday, kick it off big. Some fun things going on that afternoon, and then that night. It's going to be cold in there again, so wear some warm clothes. Yep, it's going to be cold. And if you're not going, we're going to miss you. We're going to really miss you. And we are going to be selling tickets at the door. So if people change their mind and decide they want to come, we will have tickets at the door.
Everyone needs to be there.
Yeah, they really do. Kay and Scott are going to throw, along with some team members, a really nice little party. I can't wait to see DJ Scotty.
You guys should see
I put my dancing on.
You guys, listen, you should see my garage right now. He has been prepping for this party. We take Kennedy out there and have like laser light dance parties, because it's so cool what Scott is putting together for our team. But you've got to be at our party to celebrate the close of conference, because it is going to be epic, and we have surprises for you. And Mom, you're part of that. You're going to be there, and you're going to be there.
I'm bringing Dr. Don and Susan and Big Daddy. Yes, we will be there.
And, can you just kind of, I know we've got a lot of people coming to conference. One thing that's been a little confusing in an okay way is just the ability, or the lack thereof, to buy clothes on site. I want to really prep our team for bringing their gear. I know you guys launched conference.
Yeah. Well, there's going to be some availability. What we didn't want is, we noticed it just got so the lines were so long that people were in line at the store and not in the conference.
Yep.
And that's not what it's designed for. So we're going to have some availability, but you'll be able to buy there and get the pricing there, and then it's shipped to your house. So that's going to be really cool. So bring enough clothes to wear. You're still going to love the experience of it, but we want you in your seat. We don't want you in line. So I think it's really smart.
Yeah, and it's like you said, the layout is packed full of information. Yeah. So you guys want to be fully present in that arena the entire time.
Yeah, we're not taking, every minute is something new. Just about every single minute. There's training in there too, obviously, because we've got a lot of new people. But within that training, there's a reason for it, with what we've got coming. So it's really a very cool event. Really cool. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it was such a treat to have you on with us tonight. I know this is just so special for everybody, so we appreciate it so much.
Well, you're welcome. I actually feel better, so that's really nice. This flu bit me hard. It tried to take me down. I wrestled it with everything that I had, but I feel better today. So
y'all I miss you. I like quarantined. I miss you.
Oh, I know. I mean, you can't be around somebody for 5 to 7 days.
Yeah. I'm not bringing my pregnant belly over there, or my baby.
I love all you. This is a great team for us. We want this team to prosper and grow. And so that's what I'm going to call this team, that the team that prospers and grows and just shows everybody in 2018 what they're all about. So let's just promote, and go after this residual income. Thank you all so much. Love you. Bye, everybody.